All right, so today I'm joined by Aaron Jeffery. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. So I'm getting you ahead of your fight at Bellator 302 at Bellator Belfast against Fabian Edwards, and this is a number one contender bout, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in other words, you've been promised a title shot if you win?
That's right.
Okay, hell yeah.
I
How
don't,
long have you known about the fight?
mean
Or what
that.
were you going to say?
I don't think promises mean that much at this point, but that's what they're saying. So we'll see.
Okay, and I guess how long have you known about the fight?
Uh, it's not been that long, maybe 3, 4 weeks, something like that.
Okay, 3 or 4 weeks, because it just got announced like last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, just going back a little bit to what you just said, were you promised anything after your last fight as far as a title shot or anything? Or
It was very unofficial. They were telling me, I was being told anyways by certain people, doesn't really matter who, maybe I could wait around for the title shot. Like, don't take a fight right now, just wait around and they might give you a shot. But I didn't want to wait until like Eblen fights in February. He's going to need a few months after that at least, right? So I didn't want to wait around for anything. So I just pushed for a fight.
okay, fair enough. You got to the point where you're like, just give me something then.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as Fabian goes, I think it's a great opponent. He just fought the champion, so it looks like they're kind of like you and Bellator seem to be pretty aligned, or you and the PFL. What were your thoughts about Fabian initially? You guys are pretty like even as far as records go, age and stuff like that. It's a really close matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's a good fighter, man. Obviously, he's at the top of the ranks. He just fought for the title. He's a good kickboxer. But yeah, I like the matchup. I think my style matches up well against him.
Okay, you think your grappling matches up well against him, or how do you think that is?
Yeah, just being like a gritty fighter. I think he likes to have like a nice, clean kickboxing fight and stay on the outside and point fight a little bit. And I think I can make it dirty and rough him up a bit.
Okay. What are you thinking about that Southpaw versus Orthodox matchup? Is that what it is, right? You're Orthodox and
Yep.
he's Southpaw?
Yep. Yeah, it poses different challenges and different opportunities, but every fight's different.
Yeah. Is that something like you work on in training as far as like all your opponents are basically Southpaw right now and stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm just kind of curious. What about pads and stuff? How does that work? Do you have to switch it up or?
Yeah, the pad holders will do like some specific shit. Like there's certain shit you won't throw like in open stance, and there's stuff that you'll throw more often, right? Like
Yeah.
certain kicks and stuff you're not going to throw on a southpaw guy, but you will throw on an orthodox guy. So yeah, the pad holders are good with that shit. They know what's going on.
Okay, gotcha. And what's it called? As far as the kicks go, I know that one of you guys has the advantage as far as like the liver, right, to the body kick. Which
Yeah.
one of you guys has that? Is that Fabian in that case?
Um, it's actually kind of open for both guys.
Okay.
Yeah, because the rear kick is set up in the open stance to land like flush in the body.
Yeah.
One side the liver's closer and one side the liver's further. But no, if you're eating that body kick flush in the center, it sucks either way.
Yeah, if the shin wraps around the whole body, you're gonna hit it regardless, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gotcha. And then one of the things that also stands out about this fight that's kind of like maybe going into a storyline a bit, or could be a storyline, is the fact that you guys both fought Austin Vanderford. He lost unanimous decision, and then you finished Vanderford. Do you
Yeah,
think that has any play in this at all, or is that kind of out the window?
it's MMA math. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen like these MMA math memes where it's like this guy beat this guy and this guy beat this guy, and it goes like 20 fights down the line, and you have like some regional scene guy should be like the UFC heavyweight champ or something. So, no, I don't know. I don't think it means all that much.
Okay, gotcha. So you're just gonna kind of clean slate on this one. You're not gonna take your win over Vanderford with any confidence.
Every fight's different, man. Like it's been a while since he fought Vanderford. It's been a while since I fought Vanderford. Both of us are probably different fighters at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird though, because like when you're on teams and stuff, it seems to play more of a factor MMA math. Like when you're on a team with someone, like I don't know, maybe it's just more respect in that case. But yeah, it doesn't really work when like it's an actual fight. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's different.
Okay, and then there's also kind of an elephant in the room, but again, I had thought it was way worse of a situation, which is the Impa situation. So just to kind of set the storyline, you obviously wanted the title shot with Johnny, but then Impa won the light heavyweight title in November, and all of a sudden people started throwing him Johnny's name. I'm not sure why that exactly was right off the bat like that, but you guys seem to have gone to a dinner, right? You talked to each other. I guess to go further into it, right? Impa was offered the fight, but it's not really the official Bellator title fight. He's offered a champions fight. This is kind of just in the timeline of what Bellator and PFL wanted. It's not really anything against you or anything like that, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know if it was an actual title fight or not until pretty recently. But yeah, it's not technically for the Bellator title, right?
Yeah,
So you're
correct.
But yeah, I don't know. Me and Impa have talked about it before. Like, I would rather not fight him, but we've talked about it and said, like, yeah, we're boys, but if it comes down to it, like, if the money's right, why not? Like, we beat the shit out of each other in the gym all the time. We might as well get paid to do it. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm happy for him. It's a huge opportunity. So, like, he talked to me about it, and he said he kept pushing PFL and saying, like, this is AJ's fight. You guys should give it to AJ. And I'm like, dude, I don't care, man. Take the opportunity.
Yeah, right. And I mean, it's like they couldn't really give you the opportunity, I guess, because they're trying to do this champs versus champs with the PFL versus Bellator thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But so you guys would kind of fight each other, but it seems like probably for a title fight then, right? It's not like you're going to be fighting each other for probably like any contender bouts or anything like that.
Yeah, again, I would rather not. Like, he's my boy. It's probably going to be pretty weird if we do, right? But yeah, if there was no other options or they were offering us huge money or whatever the case would be, I'm sure me and him could sit down and come to terms and agree it's just for the money or whatever.
Yeah. And so just to kind of like ask, it's just like on my mind, are you guys able to still train with each other now, or do you almost have to start to distance each other, or do you still prepare each other for your fights?
For sure. Yeah, no, we trained these last couple of weeks together.
Okay, awesome. Great. And then I had another great one about this. I was just going to clarify it a little bit more because I was kind of confused when I spoke to Impa last week. So, and you seem to have just kind of realized some things too about like the matchup. So I'll go more into it, which is like, yeah, they're fighting for a created title. It's almost like that Ngannou and Tyson Fury thing where they fought for like the created title in Saudi Arabia too. So it's just this champs title. And apparently, if I understand it correctly, the winner basically of this title gets to fight like the current Bellator middleweight champion at the end of like next year. Cause I guess this will be an annual event. There's going to be an annual PFL versus Bellator champs.
Okay. That's cool.
And so the winner of this fight between Eblen and Kasanganay gets to basically fight the current champion at this time next year.
Interesting.
Yeah. So even let's say like I said earlier, you're going to be able to fight Eblen if you win on your next fight. And then I guess if Impa per se wins next week, that's the only way it would set it up. But, you know, there's a lot of things that have to happen for that. It could also change, like where you guys don't run into each other at all.
It's a year away. This whole PFL Bellator situation is very new anyway. So, like, who knows what's going to be going on in a year from now.
Yeah, it's very confusing. So I had to, like, ask him twice. I was like, wait, like, what the hell? Like, how do you're not going to get the title? And it's a 3-round fight and all this stuff, so.
Everyone's been asking me so much, so like, what's different for you? What changed for you? Like, are you PFL now? And I'm like, I have no idea.
You still don't?
As far as I'm concerned right now, everything is basically the same. I'm still fighting for Bellator against the Bellator guys. So I don't think anything's really changed. My contract says PFL on it now, which is different. But I mean, otherwise, I think everything seems pretty much the same for me.
Okay. Have you heard that, like, I've heard, the only thing I've heard really is that 2 years, they're going to keep Bellator around, like the next 2 years, and then probably it'll just become one organization.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all you've heard then?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard a million different things. I don't know how, like, what's true and what's not.
What's anything like interesting that you've heard worth sharing or not?
Not really. Like, there's just been so many rumors. Like the last Bellator show last year, everyone said it was going to be the last show. I heard they're only doing shows in Europe, which is not true because they said they're going to do a couple shows in the US this year. I don't know. I've heard like all the Bellator guys are just going to go into the PFL tournament. I don't think that's true. So yeah, just a lot of stuff going around.
Yeah, it's probably just fluid. They're trying to figure it out. So you're just hearing like the first ideas probably.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's another headline that's been going around. It's fucking hilarious, actually. Johnny Eblen, you see this video with the OnlyFans model?
Yeah.
What's up with that guy, dude? Is that real?
I don't know, because I saw they posted a video of him and his actual girlfriend
the next day.
and the OnlyFans model commented on it with like a confused face or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess it was like just a publicity thing or something. I can't imagine Johnny's girlfriend would be pumped about that, though.
At first, I thought it was a publicity thing, but dude, I don't know if Johnny's just a dog at this point, because I also saw some screenshots somewhere. He commented on another OnlyFans model, like her Instagram or something. He said something along the lines of like let a real man show you a good time or something like that. So it's like the third one in like a week that I saw.
Johnny's a dog.
He's a dog. You think that's how you got to be training for Impa? I don't know.
I don't know. That's funny. That is funny.
That's funny. Do you have any prediction for that fight, Impa versus Johnny? Impa's your boy, but
yeah, Impa's my boy. Impa's gonna sleep him.
Impa's gonna sleep him. He's confident. He said that he's not worried about nothing. So
yeah. Impa's fucking solid, man. I'm pumped for that fight.
Okay. And the last thing I have about that little Johnny Eblen skit is, I mean, you're a Bellator fighter, so you might know the pay scale a little bit better than me. Does he really have 85K to drop, and does he drive a Lambo and shit like that? Like, that seems a little far fetched.
Well, he's had how many title defenses now? 3?
I think 2 or 3, or at least 3 title fights, right?
I think he's making pretty decent money for those title defenses. So yeah,
Okay.
He's got a lot of money in the bank. Does he want to be spending 85,000 on an OnlyFans model? I'm not sure. That's up to Johnny. But yeah, I'm sure Johnny has a decent net worth at this point.
Okay. But it's also a small community, and you're in Florida, so you haven't heard any rumblings whether or not it's like true or not. You have no clue. You're out of the loop.
No, me and my girl were just at a mall in Coconut Creek yesterday, though, and I'm like, I wonder if I'll see any of those ATT guys here. But no, didn't see anyone.
Okay, beautiful. And then last thing I kind of have for you, I got like maybe a couple more fun ones after this one, but last serious one I have is contract wise. I don't want to get too far in your business, so just tell me, what you don't want to answer and stuff. But I'm curious. You said you signed a contract, I think, before the Vanderford fight. This is now your 4th fight. So are you close to a new contract with these guys, or close to fighting it out, or what's the deal?
No, this is my 5th fight for Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 more, like this, and 3 more after this.
Okay.
Yeah, but dude, I don't think contracts mean anything. I don't know, because I renegotiated a contract after 2 fights. Guys get cut while they're still in contracts, so I don't know, man. It's all it's above my pay grade. That's what we leave to the managers and the lawyers.
Yeah, leave it to Danny, I guess.
Yeah, leave it to Danny.
Okay. And then with the where you kind of want to stick around, it's kind of an interesting one. Some people want to like go to the UFC, but I guess the other way is to work your way up here in this promotion. What do you see as far as your future goes? Would you kind of like to stick around with these guys, or again, is it just you don't put too much into it?
Again, I have 4 fights left on my contract. It's going to be pretty far down the road. But Bellator has been very good to me so far. I don't know. I like the stability. I'm not young in my career, right? I don't have like 12 years left to fight. So, I don't know. We'll just take it as it goes, I guess, and see what happens.
Okay. Because I guess when I was thinking ahead of this, it's like you're 30 right now, or almost 31. What's your age?
31.
So, like, are you at that point where you're kind of planning out the next couple of years, or are you just, again, it's such a weird sport that you can't really do that?
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. Like, when I got signed to Bellator on a 4-fight contract, I was like, oh, this is great. Like, my career finally has some stability. And then a few fights in, we're hearing about this PFL Bellator merger, and I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to lose my job? So, still no stability in my career. So, yeah, I'm pretty playing it by ear at this point.
Okay. Very true. It's hard to do that. But you got that Forged Irish Stout deal. So is that helping you, like, in between your fights a little bit now? Did Conor McGregor give you the bag?
No, I don't know exactly how that came about. There's a guy that works with my gym back home, Michael Goisman. I don't know if you know who that is.
I'm familiar with the Instagram. Like, he's a photographer, right? Or something?
And he's like a photographer, videographer. He runs some social media stuff. He's a sick guy. And he set that up for me somehow. I don't know exactly what his connection is with them, but Goy's set me up with that, so that's pretty cool. Okay.
And is he getting some decent money at least?
It's money, I would
say.
He said, but it's something. I mean, any bit helps, right? Like, just to do some social media posts and whatnot too. Like, yeah, why not?
I think you're one of their better what do you call it? Representatives or something like that? brand people.
For Forged?
Yeah, the way you shoot that shit. Do you even drink really?
Not often, but
Well, for Forged Stout, you got to, right? But I mean,
yeah, I only
yeah,
drink Forged, bro.
of course. You've been drinking a little bit more now, maybe.
Yeah, I drink Forged Stout every single day now that they sponsored me.
Hell yeah. Shit, man, your picture is kind of frozen, but we'll just hope that you are able to come back. I'll ask you a few more questions though. I had some like fun ones for you, so let me just get to these real quick. Let's see here. Okay, so have you incorporated any new things into your training? Because I remember when we last spoke, you didn't really like ice baths. A lot of studies on them now, though. So I don't know if because you're a studies guy yourself. So what do you think? Like, you doing any ice baths or anything you've incorporated in your training? I noticed you do the grounding though.
Yeah, I like standing outside in the grass with my bare feet. That's nice. Anything new? I don't think so, man.
Nothing really.
I started training on Sundays. I did a few weeks where I trained on Sunday and didn't take a day off for a while, but otherwise not much.
Yeah, I was thinking like before I was gonna. Oh, there you are. You're back. I was thinking that ahead of time. I was like, probably not that good of a question because all the consistency. It's not like you're changing much, but sometimes you add something new to the training. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty consistent.
Yeah. I was thinking too. Wait a minute. The grounding. People think that's like a myth and shit like that. I was listening to the Joe Rogan, Gary Brecka podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever gave that a listen, but it's pretty cool to listen to. He's like an insurance adjuster, so he like studies all the medical records and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're just saying like it's like the same as a PEMF mat or something, and it reduces like inflammation or something, like white blood cells when you like do a test. You hear about this?
Yeah, there's like a bit of research on it. I don't think it's like the most scientifically sound thing in the world that grounding is gonna like improve your health, but I mean it's pretty low risk and it's easy to do, so why not?
Yeah. Why do you do it?
Because there is a little bit of research that says it might be good and it feels nice, and again it's low risk. I just go stand outside with my bare feet for a bit, so why not?
Yeah. I mean, just like for me, I was at the beach actually the other day, and usually I just have like when I kind of move my neck or whatever, it's kind of tight. But I was walking around the beach in my bare feet, like the other day. And when I was driving home, I was like, damn, I don't have that soreness. And I was like, is that like fucking grounding or something like that?
Yeah, maybe.
Could be, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever meditate at all as far as like, training and all that stuff goes?
No, I tried to get into it for a bit, but was never really super consistent with it.
Okay. I mean, it seems like there's something to it. Like even Ilya was saying after his fight last night, he's like, I got to go meditate and like visualize.
Yeah.
You hear O'Malley talking about it a lot. I think it's kind of hard to do. I try to do it sometimes, but it's kind of hard to get started on.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Oh, another good one I have for you. Sparring streamers. I have a thought about this. Maybe I'll just share mine and then I'll let you go. I don't really like it, man. Like a white belt doesn't train with a black belt, like in that scenario. Also, I think with fighting, bro, like one headshot is too many. Like I don't think you should be taking any headshots from a streamer whatsoever. And like if they're gonna film it and stuff, dude, they should just kind of get their ass beat a little bit. Like if you go light and you get rocked a little bit, you're never gonna live that down.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know, man. We live in the social media world. It's weird. If both guys agree to it, and I guess it's like somewhat mutually beneficial because they're both getting views and followers and whatever, then go for it. But I don't know, buddy, that's sparred Strickland. That's crazy that guy just took that beating just to get some views online.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. If you got something to prove, then that's fine. But like if Sean wants to be nice to you, I think that's fine. Like that's his choice. But I don't think there's anything wrong with just like kind of blowing him out of the water real quick.
Oh, he definitely did.
Yes.
That was crazy, man.
What do you think? Because Joe Rogan has another take. He kind of is on like the side of taking care of someone. Are you about taking care of someone? Or, I mean, are you kind of like me? What do you think?
Again, if the guy has agreed to it and he knows he's just going to get his ass beat and he wants to get the views and he's going to take a little bit of brain damage to get some views, then I guess that's on him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd be able to do that, to like beat down some like nerdy guy that's never trained before, but to each their own.
Yeah. Do you think though that one headshot is too many in that sense? Like you go light on someone and they they hit you hard or something and rock you. That's not good, man.
I mean, one headshot from Sean Strickland when you're a streamer who's never trained before is definitely one too many.
I know.
Crazy.
But then again, it's like, I don't know, this guy, he does it for his money and shit like that. The whole concept of like, oh, I beat up Sean Strickland, I rock Sean Strickland, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like, it's a hard one, I guess.
Yeah. Weird world we live in.
All right, last funny one I have for you, just because this one kind of blew up last night, is Mark Zuckerberg. You see that video?
Dude, yeah, I just sent the from your page to my buddies. That's fucking funny, man.
Yeah, how funny is that?
Looks so lost, eh?
Yeah, he needs to get it.
And again, it's like the social media world that we live in. Like the only reason he's there is for people to talk about it and get some views.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
And then they even put him like in front of Craig Jones and I think Frank Hickman or something like that, his other kickboxing coach.
Standing there fucking lost.
If you go back and watch it, like, I don't know if you played it in slow motion yet, but bro, he literally grabbed the jacket at one point. Like he grabbed it and Eugene's hand is on top of his.
Yeah.
And then he lets go and acts like nothing happens and just like
yeah, it's fucking funny. It looks so awkward.
Yeah, he had a bad night. Two of his people lost, Mackenzie and Volk.
Yeah, I'm sure he's heartbroken.
Yeah. Last thing, you like that Paulo thing? That Paulo and Whittaker fight was a fucking war, man. Did you like that fight?
I just watched it this morning. Actually, I went to bed last night, but yeah, that was a sick fight.
Who'd you think was gonna win going into that, Whittaker?
I kind of thought Costa won. I'll have to admit, I didn't like watch it extremely closely, but I kind of thought Costa won just because he was walking forward a little bit more. He was pressuring more, and it looked like pretty even as far as like damage goes and like strikes landed. So I thought maybe the pressure would give it to him, but no, it was a close fight for sure.
Wow, I'm surprised with that one because I don't know if you like Paulo that much, like from the past interviews we've done, but I actually kind of thought, I'm a little biased because I love Paulo, but I thought that he won the first round with that capoeira kick, and then I thought he won the second round. I thought he lost the third round. So when it said 30-27, I was like, oh, Paulo won, but I guess he didn't.
Yeah, it was close. Like it's you can't really say robbery either way, right? Like it was not a good one either way.
It's a great fight. I like this card a lot because it wasn't too much trash talk, but these guys are just all true martial artists.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it actually.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, have a great rest of your day. I really appreciate the time and good luck in training, brother.
Thank you, man. Later, bro.